everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today because we are traveling by way of Hallmark Channel. And I know most of the world is covered in snow, not in Utah, where both Mary and I are. But hopefully, we have all gotten some nice relief through the Hallmark movies. They're winter escape films. That's what we're talking about today. And I am film critic Rachel Wagner, and Mary's here.
Hello.
How are
The
you
beachy
doing?
background. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thinking about warmer climates. And even though you're right, we haven't had much snow here, and a lot of people are worried about that, but it's been my best January, really, because I could take a walk every day in the sunshine. But
I know. Just, I mean, like personally, I don't mind it, but obviously I'm concerned for our like
yeah, for our
welfare as a state
state.
and everything. But yeah, I mean, especially not having to worry driving up to Park
Oh,
City, for
yes.
Sundance and stuff was nice. But I did all these animator interviews, and one of the animators is from Tunisia, and I had to
Mm.
tell him like, don't be disappointed. He's expecting to come here, the greatest snow on earth.
There isn't any. My siblings in Missouri got a lot more winter
Yeah,
weather than we did, but who knows? It'll probably be like coming all in the spring, and we'll have like a.
yeah,
That's what I'm guessing. Then
probably.
you'll have plenty of time to scrape off your car then.
But yeah, I think Matt was saying on his one of his posts that we've had 1 inch of accumulated snow in
Oh,
this winter in Salt Lake.
that
One
is not good.
inch.
That's unusual. But yeah,
Yeah,
hope springs eternal.
crazy.
Yeah.
But these movies, I'm super
Yeah.
proud of
Yes.
Hallmark because
Oh,
every single one I liked.
I did well, there's one I didn't like as much as the others, but I
Sure,
liked all of
some
them.
more than others, but
Yeah. But
I would
yeah,
recommend all of them. I thought they were all. I would watch all of them again if I
yeah.
had to. I wouldn't. None of them were painful.
Super fun month. Really, really
Yeah.
a fun month.
And that's really unusual for January movies. Usually there's a post-Christmas letdown.
Mm.
And it's also really unusual for me, at least with these vacation with it's also very unusual for me, at least with these vacation movies. Usually those
Yeah.
are just
Yeah.
boring, and I mean, I'll never let them forget about that staring at walls movie. I mean, that was,
Yes, this January has been a lot better than some other
yeah.
offerings we've seen for
And
sure.
that Argentina movie last year, oh, that was
Oh, I forgot about that. And
oh, I mean,
weren't
how
there some
much
others?
business can you talk
I
about in one
know they're like
movie? Whew.
talking business, talking about wine, all the and talking, and I'm like, I don't get any of these conversations.
Yeah.
These movies had great chemistry in most of them,
Yeah.
fun places that they
Yeah.
saw, hijinks. They leaned in to fun,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they
came
did. And
through.
they all, for the most part, they had pretty good dialogue, good scripts. They just did a great job.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
It was really
I was,
fun, which was good because you're
yeah.
exactly right. We get so used to the cozy, fun, emotional feelings of Christmas movies,
Yeah.
and then we're like January. So having
Yeah.
these, it was like, oh yeah, we kept on a high.
I do wish that they had had one of the vacations be a winter
Oh
vacation.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They were all, I mean, it's winter escape, I get that, but like it would have been fun to have one of them be in Iceland or one of them be, I know they've
yeah.
done those before, but
Winter and Vale, that kind of feel.
yeah,
Whereas,
Norway, something
yeah,
like that. Yeah, I think that would have been just fun
yeah,
to have
it's
them
true.
to have one that and most of these like most of these aren't inherent. Like you could have had missing the boat. You could have had that be in Alaska,
Yeah, I took an Alaska cruise.
a
Yeah,
cruise to like you could anywhere where there's cruise,
yeah.
you could have it be. So, but anyway, it was nice to watch these movies and just be like, well, I like that one. And because I watched them bang, 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 bang in a row, and I'm
Oh,
like that one too. And so I like that one. So, because I didn't have time with Sundance to watch them, each week. Plus,
yeah.
the problem when I do that, then I
They're
think
fresh on
back,
your
what did I
mind.
think
Yeah.
4 weeks ago?
No, that's
So I,
me with some of these. I'm thinking way back to the beginning of January. I'm like, what did I think? I liked it at the time,
yeah,
but then the last three got even better for me. So,
uh-huh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well, let's dive in. Let's talk about them, and then we will also do a little Loveuary preview. So for what's coming up in February. and that will be fun. So let's talk about Lost in Paradise. And this is Lacey Chabert and Ian Harding. And it's when the founder of a high-end fashion company gets marooned on a deserted island with his chef, romance blossoms as they work together to survive. So the funny thing about this movie is there's a feature film out now by director Sam Raimi called Send Help. This is an R-rated film. It's very bloody. I had mixed
All the
feelings.
warnings.
I had mixed feelings about it as a whole. The tone's kind of all over the place. But the funny thing is that it is almost the same movie. It is
Mm,
very similar. It's
mm,
also about in this case, it's the man who's the CEO, and then Rachel McAdams plays she's a worker. I forget what exactly, an admin worker person. She wants to get the VP promotion, but he's like a Nepo kid. His dad was CEO. He becomes CEO. He's really rude, really
mm,
dismissive,
mm,
chauvinist of
mm.
her. And but they end up on this plane. The plane crashes. They end up marooned on the island, and they have to survive. And
Wow.
and and it definitely doesn't go. I For a second I thought it was going to go in a rom com, and then it definitely didn't
It
go
did
in a
not.
rom com.
More Lord of
So,
the Flies, maybe.
but even in the sense of there's another side of the island,
Yeah.
even like there is in this movie,
Yeah.
and so it was
Ah.
just very funny because so if you wanted to do like somebody could do a very funny like TikTok video or
Yeah.
whatever of
Kind of side
like
by side.
send
Yeah.
help, Hallmark's. I mean, is Lost in Paradise Hallmark's Send Help?
Oh,
That
yeah.
you could there are quite a few parallels, and I guess it just shows who I am as a person because I prefer Lost in Paradise. Oh,
Well, yeah, who wants bloody, like scary? I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, she just things get a little. She's an unreliable narrator.
Okay.
I'll just say that,
Okay.
without spoiling it too much. She's
Oh.
an unreliable narrator. But it was the thing I liked about the movie was that she's like a huge Survivor fan,
Mm.
and
Which
so
is in Lost in Paradise. Our
yes,
guy is a big Survivor fan.
yes,
They
and
refer
so
to it a lot.
that's true. They even have that in common. And so when they get marooned, she is able to use all of these skills that you see on the show all the time, how to build a shelter, how to
Oh,
make
nice.
firework, all these different things that she'd been practicing because she wanted to go on the show.
Mm.
So that was kind of fun since I'm a huge Survivor fan,
Oh,
and
yeah.
to think about that. But
See the
anyway,
skills in the wild.
yeah, it's just always funny when Hollywood does that, when we have these repeats, when everybody seems to be thinking about the same thing, and you get like two ant movies
Yes.
in the same. You get this two Comet
Yes.
movies. And it's just funny how that happens.
I know. These cycles or these patterns or themes that
Yeah,
repeat, and you're like, what
yeah.
the?
But Lost in Paradise. So it felt like something a little bit different for Lacey to me.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean, I think that this required a little bit more physical comedy than, I mean, I guess we have the Hall at the Holly, but I don't know, this one just felt different than anything I'd ever seen from her from Hallmark.
Yes. And I wrote down at the beginning, at first I thought, are they going for like a Devil Wears Prada thing for her? But she was so
Uh-huh.
nice.
She's so
Angel Wears
nice.
Prada.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she leaned into the comedy like Hall at the Holly. And I just
Uh-huh.
had a great time. I thought
Yeah,
they were so funny together. He was so funny. And
yeah.
there were a lot of weight watts. How did they get all of her suitcases on the beach?
Yeah,
But I digress. They needed it so she could rip up her clothes and help with their survival skills.
yeah. Yeah, there are definitely some weights as far as what was going on with those two guys on the raft. Like,
Oh my gosh.
there were a lot of moments where this probably should have turned into a horror movie. So maybe Send Help is more accurate to
Yeah,
think
it was
was.
this close. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, so her ex wants to change this company
Yeah,
that
they
that
built.
wants to sell the company, wants to so there's some animosity there. She's CEO, he's a chef, and they didn't really have much interaction before getting marooned. you
Yeah, they
know,
were on the plane where they
they're on the
kind of
plane.
chatted a bit, and then next
Yeah.
thing you know, they're on the yeah,
But
they
they didn't
crash.
really do like an enemies to lovers kind of
No, uh-uh.
thing, which is definitely different than Send Help. Send Help,
Was
very,
oh. I always like
but
it when there's a meet cute and there's attraction. Like it's and
yeah,
you can tell like they liked each other, even though
yeah,
for the beginning it was like, are we different classes? You're the help and I'm not, but she was so nice to him and he was so funny.
yeah.
So I
I
just
mean,
I,
I love the fact that not only did the dog survive, because of course the
oh
dog has to survive,
yeah,
but the dog food
yes, the dog food
survives.
survived. We must protect the dog at all costs. That poor dog that they're like holding all the time. And when they finally let it go, then we realize, oh,
Yeah.
maybe we should have done a perimeter check of this island.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
And they have like a big fight about her overpacking, but I mean, thank goodness they
Yeah.
overpacked. She
She had
overpacked.
didn't she even have what are those called? A spyglass to like make fire really quickly.
Yeah.
Magnifying glass.
I mean, I was impressed with how quickly she made the shelter, but also like she gets to I'm making a novelty hat like pretty quick.
Oh, I know.
Like I would think that would be pretty far down my list of
Yeah.
must needs.
My friend and neighbor has been serving a mission for our church in Hawaii at the Polynesian Cultural Center, and they learn how to like make those hats
Yeah.
and all the things, and it takes a while.
Yeah, I'm sure it
And they're on the
does.
beach. Lacey's just like,
I mean, I guess it'd be helpful for shades so you maybe wouldn't
absolutely
get burnt, sunburn.
yeah.
But
And she
it
had that
was
magic cream
funny.
because I was worried about I really was worried about skin cancer for them. She had the magic sunscreen cream and
Oh,
the
yeah.
hats, and that
Oh,
explained why
yeah.
Hallmark didn't have to go through like peeling, faces and quickly help our actors and actresses. And his beard didn't
Yeah.
grow too much longer, but I can't remember the time frame, really how many days they were kind of stranded.
Yeah, I forget how many days it was too. That's a good
Yeah.
question. I didn't write that down.
Maybe not too many.
Yeah, but it was all fairly easy. I mean, how do you feel like you would do well at all?
I know.
If you do you
All I
have
kept
like
thinking about
skills
was
like this?
I need my 3 pillows and my comfort mattress, like sleeping on the ground and having to go to the bathroom in the trees.
Yeah.
I just know I would take me now, just please.
I would do so bad.
I would do
be.
I would do so. I love that you love Survivor and you would be bad. Oh.
Well, I would do bad on Survivor on a lot of levels because I just I don't have the cutthroat.
Oh yeah.
And I know that did you ever watch the show?
Yeah, it's been a bit,
Okay.
but I used to.
Did you see a season with Dawn? She was from Utah.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, everybody was all excited about that. We had a Utah.
Yeah, and she was very good. I thought she did a great job, but people were really upset with her because people kind of made her their mom on the thing, and so then when she sort of betrayed them, if they were extra angry and upset, even though that's literally the game and you have to vote people off and whatever. But I think that would happen with me because I'm
too nice, and I'd be really it'd be hard.
It would be too hard.
I want everybody to like me.
So yeah, I mean, the one thing I would do well on is I am a pretty good swimmer. So, well, in
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
you
of
are.
the
Yeah,
and
open
a lot
bodies.
of
Yeah,
the challenges and their things are swimming related. So that
yeah,
I would
and open
do.
open water swimming too.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
isn't there a scene where they have to go into the ocean to like try to fish, and she's like,
Oh
eh!
yeah,
And she's like super freaked out.
yeah,
The things that are like
yeah.
stuck
But
in
they
the
make those spears. That was pretty good. It's
with
pretty
his
clever.
expensive chef knives.
Yeah. That was convenient that he
And then the shark comes swimming to them, and then we go to a commercial break and then come back and it's fine.
yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, the shark almost takes down Lacey Chabert.
and then it's like they're fine.
And he says that if I could be marooned, if I had to be marooned, I'm glad it's with a chef. And he's like, well, you might have wanted a shipbuilder instead.
Yeah. Because he's making her all this delicious food. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
like being hungry either.
yeah.
I don't
No,
like
that's
that.
true.
Yep.
Yeah. There is a crazy scene in Send Help when Rachel McAdams by herself takes down a giant boar, like a
Whoa.
pig, wild pig.
Uh-huh.
That's wild. And that's we don't get that. They're sticking to fish with
Yeah.
Lacey.
Yeah.
Lacey Chabert. Uh, I don't understand, why did they think that these guys were pirates?
I I
Like
I
they
guess
just looked, they were like normal, wearing normal clothes. They were wearing
do they
like
mean
they
like
were
your
just
modern pirate, like what was that movie with Tom Hanks?
Captain Phillips.
Yeah,
Like,
like I mean obviously not like a Johnny Depp kind of pirate, but like a modern pirate that like
but why
takes
would they
over.
think that? Wwhy would they think
Well,
that
there
they
was like
were
the bag of
pirates?
money. There was like that bag of money. And I don't know. I feel like they did jump to a big conclusion there, that's for sure.
Because they're like, oh, we can't talk to them because they're pirates.
And
I'm
then they're
like,
like
did
chasing them.
I miss
But
something?
but then like it was so bizarre. This is where the movie really changed for me because I was like, wow, we're having fun. And then it was
Well,
like, what is happening?
well, so they find their the pirates camp, and they're taking from the camp those, there was like protein bars or something,
Yeah.
and they're like, what is that, stealing? Which is such a Hallmark thing, to make sure to clarify that no, they can't have Lacey Chabert actually steal
Yeah.
anything. That
Yeah.
was hilarious. But
Yeah.
anyway, so she's getting, they're stealing. I and this is, I don't think they are going to send you to jail for that. So that was our little moral clarity going on here, which was hilarious. That even when you're starving, you can't steal,
Yeah.
or you shouldn't
No,
steal.
yeah.
And
Not that bread, Jean Valjean.
and then they're like, oh, they're pirates. And my question was, how do they know that they're pirates? I don't
Yeah.
understand. Did
Did
they
he
have like
think
a cross and skull?
well, there was a school at one point they run by, but just like that bag of money, are they like some sort of cartel type where they take over ships and steal their stuff? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And it
don't
was
know.
it was very funny.
Yeah, that
Um,
and then they started to run. I would have been like, "Oh, hey guys," but yeah, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. They
Humans.
have this whole business conversation about uh he can't handle more failure as a
Mm.
chef. And
Mhm.
and then he's saying, well, but you got to keep trying. And so I thought that was actually a pretty good, conversation. And he says, I've never worked so hard for so little in return.
Oh, yeah,
Which is definitely true for any kind of service industry. You work
yeah,
so hard, it's so difficult.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he says, I'm so glad I got to spend this time with you, which was very
That is
cute.
cute.
You
Yeah,
know,
that was cute.
yeah. And then they steal the pirate's jet ski. For
And they
a
have a chase. Oh my goodness.
ride.
Like
And that rope swing, that was pretty fun.
that was fun. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. I was enjoying the movie. I'm like, this is kind of fun. Yeah, and all those things. And then, but then I was like, wait, now what's happening? I just, when all of a sudden it just changes, like it stops on a
Yeah.
dime, and they're like, "Er?" And they're like, wait, there's a helicopter, there's a golf course, and the guys catch up and they're like, whoa, we just wanted to
Yeah,
talk to you.
which is it's exactly the same thing happens in Send Help.
Wow.
Yeah, which was really funny to me.
Wow.
And so this is directed by Dustin Reichard and written by Stephanie Jackson and Zach Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
And but in Send Help, she hides the fact that there's that because she's like enjoying this control. That's when things start to spiral and she becomes kind of this unreliable narrator. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. I after the rope swing, they kiss, which was pretty early, decent early for a Hallmark kiss, and you are incredible. Which was good.
That was cute.
And then the helicopter comes, rescues them. And it turns out, see, if they had just talked to him, they aren't real pirates.
If they just talked to him, they'd have been like,
fake
oh,
pirates.
We're cosplaying for the guests on the island who want to have this experience.
Yeah, they're resort role playing. So
resort
if they
role
just
playing.
talked, they would have known.
The resort over there. Like,
yeah.
That's when it went a little bit bonkers for me. Like, wait, what? This whole time? So...
and so there's like a news conference and he leaves. Was it just two people sharing an extraordinary moment? and then he's talking with the restaurant people. California French, so overdone.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was old old news. He wants to use island cooking. But they're not into it. That's too risky.
Yeah. I don't know, that was another moment that didn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, you might want to actually have somebody from the island to help with that, but who am I to say?
Just that.
But then she comes in, I'll invest. I believe in you. And being stranded on an island is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah. What did she say? I wrote down, when they reconnect, she says, we had to get lost to find ourselves. And he goes, that was amazing. Like he's teasing her. That was amazing. Yeah. And then they kiss again.
The movie had a sense of humor. Which I appreciated. Yes. It didn't take itself too seriously.
That saved it for me. The fact that they were like winking kind of and had fun throughout the whole thing. If they played it serious, I'd been like, what are you doing? But I had fun because it had that humor, that sense of humor.
So I would give this one out of 5 crowns. I would give this like a 4. I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm at 3.5 because of the what at the end, but maybe I can let it marinate and appreciate it for what it was. But in the moment, I was like, huh? So
yeah, I get that. All right, so then we have a Melbourne match, and this one is Georgie, a travel writer, travels to Melbourne for an assignment where she meets Zach, an ex-Australian footballer who agrees to be her tour guide and shows her there's more to life than work. And one thing that's cool about this movie is that it not only stars Melanie Jansen, but she wrote it. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I was surprised to find that out. That was kind of fun.
So I think it's her first, I don't know if it's her first time writing, but it's the first one that I knew about. It's good. I liked him.
I did too.
Yeah, he is very charismatic. If he wanted to do more of these, I think he totally could.
I'd love it. He was cute, charismatic. I think the chemistry was really good. You know, the way he'd look at her, the way he'd tease her as Georgie girl.
And do you know that song?
Yeah.
Hey there, Georgie girl.
Yeah, it was cute.
I was glad that they brought that in.
Mm-hmm.
That they brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only thing about this movie to me is that it was a little boring. Like, the city and the business stuff and the things was a little slow, but it was fine. It was perfectly cute.
I think because I watched it out of order and I watched it after the Amazon one, I liked it. It raised it for me because I didn't like the Amazon one as much. We'll get to that. I since I watched it after, I was like, oh, this is cute. They were cute the way they looked at each other. It was fun to kind of get to know that part of Australia. But you're right. Business kind of stuff can sometimes drag things down. And
I was a little bit confused about her job.
I know.
So
Yeah.
she helps people move into cities. She has like profiles on cities or
Well,
something like
it was
that.
weird. It was like, was it you have to experience a city in just 24 hours and then write about
And
it?
then her boss is like, "Well, I want you to take a break. I'm going to pay for you to do a week-long
Yeah.
travel in Melbourne." I'm like, "May
Yeah.
I be so cursed?"
May the Lord strike me with it and may I never recover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that idea of just this kind of quick, shallow glimpse over the top look at a city versus a more of a deep dive look at a place, maybe was kind of what happened here. That's how I
Yeah.
understood it, but um,
It was a
yeah,
little confusing. I was like, "Is she a photographer at one point?" But then, no, I don't think she's a photographer.
almost like a blogger where
But she
she'd be
had
kind
her
of writing.
camera
Yeah,
out there all
yeah,
the time.
yeah, where she'd take her own camera and take pictures. Whereas when I'm on assignment somewhere for the church news, I have a photographer. There's no way
Yeah.
people want to see my photos.
I was
It's too
also
much.
confused. Why is she upset that he's a
Oh,
soccer player? Like, who
oh
cares?
yeah,
Like,
why
I
he didn't
mean,
tell
you know what I
her?
mean? Like,
Yeah.
she was acting like that was some kind of a betrayal. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that idea
That
of you
was
didn't
weird.
tell me everything. Yeah. Or she
Literally
feel
just met
bad.
you.
I know. Did she feel bad she made him drive her all around and he was like this famous guy, you know? I don't know.
Yeah,
Footy.
that was weird. But they meet. He's her driver, and his dad threw out his back, and so he's helping out his dad. That's why he's there. And yeah, he's a famous soccer football
Yeah.
player for
Yeah.
them.
Footy.
And so she wants to look beyond the same old attractions. She wants to go deep. I want you to show me the real Melbourne.
And then even go down the
Which,
coast. Yeah, he shows her all
yeah,
these little places and yeah, what a great guide.
yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. I mean, and it was fun as somebody who's never been to Australia. It was fun that they did all sort of the big things, the iconic things. You had kangaroos, you had Vegemite, you had, sort of those things that people know
Yeah.
about Australia. And she says the Vegemite is the weirdest thing that she's ever eaten. Have
Yeah.
you ever had Vegemite?
No, I want to though. I feels like I've seen other clips of people taste testing it too, and it's like
I
all
have
about
had it. It's
yeah.
very salty.
Yeah, like you just do a thin
Yeah, you
layer.
just a little bit, and but it wasn't my favorite,
Yeah. I mean, if you grow
but
up with it. Well,
yeah,
and the thing that surprised me too is I had no idea, like I read this online that Mallory Jansen is from Melbourne.
yeah.
Like
So she was having to
fake
fake
her
her
accent.
accent, which was
Talking
funny.
about other people who you all talk with accents, I don't. And I was like, that's a touristy thing that's really annoying. But then I realized, oh, she actually is. So it's
Yeah,
funny that she wrote it and put that in.
it must have been fun for her to go back and shoot, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Little love
because I
letter
think
to
a
your
lot of this was
hometown.
shot in Melbourne. I
Yeah.
think there's some probably that was shot other places, but I
Yeah.
think a lot of it was shot there.
Yeah.
And then we have he invites her to dinner. You don't need to change. You're perfect just the way you are. It's very sweet.
Super cute.
Yeah. And then she sees the poster. She's upset.
Yeah. Like, why didn't you tell
And
me?
yeah. And so what do you do it all for? So he says, and she's just talking about her stressful job.
Hmm.
And then they play soccer with the boys, and that was kind of fun.
That was cute.
Hmm.
I mean, this guy, what's not to love? He's
Yeah,
swoony. He looks
he
at her
really
so
was.
cute. He teases her. He plays with kids. He wants kids. Yeah. He
and,
picks her up
and
like it's nothing and runs around the
yeah,
beach with her.
and
Yeah.
she realizes she hasn't checked her phone all day, all
Mm,
afternoon, and maybe
yeah.
the Aussies are rubbing off on you.
There you go. See that idea of just letting go and not being so
Yeah,
tied in. Yeah.
I'll never forget. This was probably it was probably 7, 8 years ago. It was a while ago. I was actually going to a sleep therapist, like a sleep
Mm.
psychiatrist, and she said, I want you to go this whole weekend without using your phone the whole weekend. And it
Oh,
was very interesting because like an involuntary reaction, my whole body tensed up as soon as she said
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Whoa, okay." She was like, "How
Interesting.
about we do just Friday, just one
Yeah.
day?" And I'm
It's
like, "Okay, I can
easing.
do that." But it's I mean, just how I communicate and how I actually think going off the grid would be the opposite of relaxing for me. Like
Yeah.
I would
I'd be
need,
worried the whole time.
yeah, I would. I really
Yeah.
would. So it wouldn't work. But anyway, it's an easy shorthand to be like she's learning to have she's learning to be a better person,
Yeah. That's true.
here.
Yeah.
They see the kangaroos and we get a nice he falls on top of her moment,
Oh, that was cute.
which
That
was
I was
fun.
like,
Almost a
stop it.
kiss.
I know part of me was like, oh, why are you doing this to me, Hallmark? But most of me was like, I love it. I love it.
I'm
That's
like,
so
just
cute.
go for it, man.
I know. It reminded me of the Christmas card when they fall on the ice and kiss,
Yeah.
the snow. I'm
Oh
like, just do it.
yeah. I
But
love
the
it. I
the
love it.
kangaroos thing and that little baby kangaroo like practically waving at them and then they like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was
So then
you could
they have a dance together, which was really
that was
nice.
cute. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nice.
And then she goes on this talk show, which why on earth would this talk show want to have her on?
Yeah.
Being
Again,
like,
that's when it turned it weird. Like, so I think her boss was friends with this host and wanted her to come on to talk about her what was going to be in their
the
magazine or
thing.
their product. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
it
was
really was like a gotcha.
like
I
a
don't know.
promotional thing, and they're like, "So, what did you see in Melbourne?"
Yeah.
And she they ask her about him, like, "Oh, so you're dating or you're seen with so and so," and then she leaves and
Yeah.
she goes to find him.
Yeah.
She
On the
says the
roof.
article isn't the most important thing. I was like, "Oh yeah, she's writing an article." I forgot about that. This week's been the furthest thing from a mistake. The only thing
Mm.
I want to win is you, Georgie girl.
That was cute.
It was
Cute,
very
cute, cute,
cute.
cute, cute. Kick your
Yeah,
heels up, kind of. Oh,
it was. So I would give this one a 3.5.
yeah,
I enjoyed it, but it was a little
yeah,
slow.
yeah. I'm at 3.75. Just for the cuteness of these two, I would watch more with both of them,
Mhm.
for sure. And I'd watch this again in the background.
Yeah, same.
Cute, great chemistry, great locations. The talk show thing was kind of weird, but overall, I had a fun time.
Yeah. So let's talk about Caught by Love. So this is while on a journey of self-discovery, a resort guest gets swept into an undercover investigation for stolen jewels that turns into an unexpected and adventurous romance. So this was written by Marcy Holland and directed by Kevin Fair. Stars Rachel Lee Cook and Luke McFarlane. And I thought this was fun. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
think that this would be a pretty good gateway movie. That if people don't think that they would like a Hallmark movie, I think you could show this one to almost anybody, and they'd be like, "Oh, that was cute."
Yeah. Yeah. See, listen, it's not formulaic. I mean,
Yeah,
it's got some different kind of hijinks
two
and
very
it's
likable leads.
very likable.
Yeah,
I mean, they both, yeah. Again, with chemistry goes a long way for me. And these two were just
yeah,
they were just good together. I've always liked her and he
yeah.
just has that
They
fun,
were good.
yeah.
Yeah,
What a good
and
pairing.
I think that Marcy did a good job with the script. I didn't really care that much about the investigation, but like there were enough sort of funny jokes. I thought
Hmm.
it was a genuinely pretty funny Hallmark movie when they
Hmm.
were talking about about like all the yoga jokes and all the those kinds of things were I thought pretty funny.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah,
So
like if you like detective shows and really intense mystery, this isn't that. And I don't think they're trying to be that.
no,
It's more like that was kind of the vehicle to help these two be together and have
yeah,
these other fun moments. She's so nice and she's so helpful to the investigation because she gets a long way toward talking with people than
yeah.
he ever does. And they just pair well together,
Yeah.
really.
Well, and if all the listeners, if you missed our interview with Rachel Lee Cook, my friend Sari did it because I was busy with it was during the movie show actually, and so I couldn't do it, and so she did it. But it was actually the perfect fit. she'd interviewed her before, so they had like an existing kind of repertoire, I guess,
Yeah.
between each other. And I thought it just turned out really fun. I was very pleased with it. And so if you haven't listened to it, you should definitely check that one out.
Yeah.
And she's great, delightful. And so she ends up going on this trip because her friend isn't able to go, sends her
with all her luggage, like all her fancy clothes.
with all her friends' luggage. And her mom was a photographer, of course.
Oh yeah. Yeah, which is a funny moment because she thinks he's like birding with a camera, and she's like,
you need a 200, not a 400 or whatever.
Yeah, for your birding. He's like, great. And then he keeps taking pictures of people.
Yeah.
Because he's a private investigator.
He's undercover. He's undercover. He's not very good at his job. I would not hire him. My undercover work.
And his coworker who was undercover, like, didn't even tell the place they were undercover. She really did get a job there and was terrible at it.
So basically there was this break-in and these diamonds were stolen.
Yeah.
And there's somebody on the island who is going to be, there's a buyer and a seller. And so he's responsible for trying to figure out, and that other woman who's there with him is there to figure out who is the buyer, try to stop it, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of our setup going into it. You know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They had this tip that it was going to be happening there, and they need to find it, find who it is, who among these guests at this ritzy place is the person that's going to get these jewels.
Yeah. So then we have let's see here, where is it? Oh, I like it when he says, "Why does everything healthy taste so sad?"
Yeah, this place had like no sugar, no nothing, and it was like,
terrible.
Yuck.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't like that.
So there's this guy on Facebook named Liam, and he does all of these sort of takedowns of these wellness influencers and stuff like that. And it's become this ongoing joke of he keeps having to make all these recipes with cottage cheese. And he's like, I like cottage cheese. I like it with like fruit. I don't like it in desserts. And because there's all of these supposed, and they always see, the problem is with those desserts that I've had, at least, is they oversell them. If they were just like, this is a healthy, this will satisfy, but if they're like, no, this is an exact duplicate, you will not want cheesecake anymore after you eat then no, that's not true. Like sell it as like, this is a yummy snack that but don't oversell it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't make it be this amazing thing. And it really isn't. Yeah. No. Yeah.
And my mom is gluten-free. And so I've had a lot of that kind of stuff. And two of my siblings are vegan. And most of the time I'm just like, can I just eat the vegetable? I don't want to eat that, whatever it is that's been made.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna bring my own food.
Yeah. Then I like it in the meditation shed when there's this, I can hear you thinking.
Oh yeah, that was a funny line. Yeah.
This one really was funny.
It was. It was. I love a fun movie where you were like, I'm having a good time, and
she has to give this herbal medicine lecture that
the coworker, she's like, she was like reading it straight from Wikipedia. I think somebody pointed out, she's like, herbs are plants and sometimes they're used medicinally. but that was funny. And like you pointed out, the struggle with the yoga swing or whatever was hilarious. Because that so relatable.
Yeah, when she's on the, what do they call those, wraps or whatever?
Yeah,
I think they're called wraps with the and it was very funny, and so she catches him spying, and she's like, what is going on? He confesses, and
pretty quickly,
and she says something like, well, I wondered if there was some reason you were so charming. And he's like, you think I'm charming? Which is like such a great Luke McFarlane moment.
Yes,
like that is where he shines at that kind of moment.
the all
And
shucksy,
yeah. And then I wrote down, he seems like a really bad private investigator.
Oh, totally. Unless he's like already completely ruled her out. Why, when he's cornered, he's like, "You got me. I'm a
Yeah.
crime." I'm like, she could be your suspect. And like, he's just rifling. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't the best.
So this guy, Peter, he seems like very, very shady.
Yeah, very sus.
He suggests this trip completely out of the blue. He's constantly on his phone, which, as we discussed in Melbourne, is usually not a good sign. And I did think it was very funny when they get him to take they take a picture, and so
that's how he gets into the
gives Luke McFarlane a chance to roll through his contact list.
Yeah. That was super smart. Part of me, because 30 years ago, I thought it'd be kind of fun to be an investigator or an FBI agent. I thought, what a good tip. Like, I'll take a picture, and then you're like, quickly.
But,
and he's like,
I mean, I really don't think that you would learn anything from a contact list. I mean, you would probably, if you were a good investigator, you would probably already know who the main contacts were with this guy. You know what I mean?
Was he looking for it to be like,
unless you were like, oh,
thief.
Jeffrey Epstein's in there. Oh, like it was some kind of big name.
He saved the name as jewel thief, like in the contact list. Yeah. Or, bad guy. Like,
right. But that's his brilliant move. That's what they do. And
we have a handhold. Doesn't he hold her hand? Because they're supposed to be engaged?
That's true. And I love a handhold. Yeah. And then she reveals that she always wanted to be a lawyer. That's her big dream.
Well, and especially when he reads that they're eating pizza and he turns and he looks at her and he's like, here's what I have learned about you. And he goes it all through and she's like, whoa.
Their espionage pizza that they bring in.
Yeah.
It's not like made out of cauliflower or whatever.
Yeah, it's full on greasy, cheesy. Yeah.
People keep trying to convince me that cauliflower is good. No.
It's like you said, just call it what it is.
You'll never convince me that cauliflower is a potato. It's not going to happen. And stop trying. But yeah, so she always wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And so now she's thinking about, should I have done it? Should I still do it? I wouldn't recommend going to law school in your 40s, but I guess if you can afford it, then
I know.
Sure, why not?
That's true.
But then they climb up on this cliff, and they have this trip. It's what does she want versus what's expected? That's the big question. And it's very easy to lose your heart if you aren't careful. And that was said by actually the princess, and she was a riot. That actress did a very good job. She's like a total diva.
Oh yeah,
and she was funny. I thought
huge earrings. I kept staring at them. The clothing on this whole thing, by the way, I was like, I've never seen clothes like this in the wild, like out in normal life. but for a little bit of the movie, or I kind of thought there are too many characters, but they started to gel, and I really saw the individual aspects of each and liked that. So,
well, I mean, I guess you kind of need it because you need all these red herrings.
Yeah.
So they were trying to show that the princess was, a red herring.
Yeah.
I was a little bit confused so she's on the yacht. He is very upset about that. And he swims after her. And I'm like, how did he even know what was going on at the yacht? Why did he swim after her? What was,
I think she got
the
him a message.
order of events was a little confusing.
They went really fast. I think she thought, oh, I'll go help. I think he's meeting the jewel buyer on this yacht. And she leaves him a message and he runs out there. I think he was feeling like, oh no, I've put her in danger because I agreed to help her, let her help me maybe. So it was like this protective.
Was he's suspect of the guy was Peter on that boat?
No, it was one of the other guys.
I forget who it was.
Lots of characters. Yeah,
they really were a lot. So anyway, he swims off, and he's a pretty good swimmer, Luke McFarlane.
Yeah, he is.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
And so then her friend comes back, arrives, and then he's mad at her for getting on the boat.
Yeah. I think he felt she was in danger, but then
they
she really
look
wasn't.
in the suitcase and it's just like camera stuff.
That was funny. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
girl, he was like, "What did you think?" It was just right there, and he's just going to crack open this case, and there are there are the jewels. That was kind of funny, but it
Yeah,
was
that was
all
funny.
influencer kind of. So one by one, we're seeing each of these characters that he suspected be cleared. Really,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, this is David from the Piecing It Together podcast, a podcast about movies and the movies that inspire them. For over 4 years, each week, a guest and I take a look at a new movie through the lens of what other movies we think were either an influence or connect in some other way. It's a fun, unique way to discuss films that leads to a great list of other movies to check out that either explore the same themes and ideas or maybe utilize similar filmmaking techniques. Including special episodes in our side series that twist the format, we've done over 200 episodes, so there's bound to be one on a film you've been thinking about and want to dig deeper into. So check us out on all the major podcasting apps and at piecingpod.com.
I think it's Robert who is the yoga guy.
Yeah.
Who's the bad guy.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Check it. Yeah. Oh wait, so did I get my names confused? I might have got my names confused.
I thought it was.
So Robert ends up getting arrested.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy who was kind of like the main guru of the place, whatever, like the main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might have gotten the name wrong with Peter though.
Peter
earlier.
Oh, I thought Peter was the husband. Yeah, that he was trying to take pictures of, or was that? Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. Remember. Okay. Did he end up being? I forgot to write down about Peter. What ended up happening with Peter? Do you remember?
The whole thing he was trying to arrange was this impromptu, like,
for
his wife, so they could dance together. And he was like, "I'm so sorry, I've been distracted. I really do love you." And that was
with Carolyn. Sorry, I do actually even have that written down. I just it wasn't good notes. I apologize.
Hey, you watched 5 movies in one day.
So yeah, Peter arranges the romantic anniversary gift for Carolyn. Okay, so sorry. I yes.
Yeah. No,
so then it's Robert who is the questionable one.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think so.
Ends up getting arrested. And then we have a dance. And she says, "I found more than what I was looking for." They get the reward money so she can go off to law school and everything will be great.
Well, and I was like, did they really get all that reward money? Because it was the FBI guy, the secret, or no. Yeah, there's a federal agent who was secretly hanging around who came in and made the arrest. But since they led into them, I think we're just gonna say yes, they got the reward money and they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, maybe they can
because they should. They were super cute together. I want them to live happily ever after.
Yeah. So I would also give this one a 4.
Yeah, I'm at a 4 as well. Really fun.
It was entertaining.
I laughed a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have Love on the Amazon, and this is Claire travels to Brazil and hires Danny, a riverboat captain, to help her deliver an important message for her sister Amelia, a marine biologist studying pink dolphins on the Amazon River. So with this one, I actually think the script was pretty good. This is director Colin Thies, writer Juliana Wimbles, and it stars J.C. Elliott and Rafael de la Fuente. I actually think the script was pretty good for both the characters and the banter and the action, but the problem is their chemistry just was not there, and you were just not feeling it, which was a bummer because I liked both of the actors.
Yeah.
But I still overall enjoyed it, even with the chemistry being lacking.
I kind of here's my niceness coming out. I'm trying to be nice. But my husband said he watched it with me. So my husband served a mission for our church in Brazil.
Okay.
And then our son just last summer went on a humanitarian experience kind of trip for 3 weeks to Manaus, saw pink dolphins. He's been to these locations. So for all of that, I loved it because it was fun to hear some Portuguese, fun to see and have my son be like, "Oh, I've been there. Oh, that looks just like where we stayed." So all of that accuracy was awesome. But my husband said, "Tell Rachel to say I said, man, this movie did Brazil dirty."
Oh, no.
Because he just felt a lack of he wanted to see more of Brazil. And that's coming from him.
They do spend most of the time on the boat.
They're on this boat.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he didn't, he's with you, and it's cute that my husband pointed this out. The chemistry wasn't there.
Yeah.
And if we'd had better chemistry, then I think the movie would have lifted a lot more for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is frustrating because
It
that's
is
like the one
frustrating.
that's the one intangible that you can't plan for, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure on paper, because they're both very likable
Yeah.
actors
They
and
really are.
you know,
Yeah.
so but she starts out she's been helping her sister get the mail and things like that, and she finds this offer for this grant, but she has to get it and sign it in time. So
Yeah.
she goes to
She
Brazil
flies
to try
there
to find her sister.
without, may I point out, my son going to the Amazon River. We got him malaria pills. We got him a yellow fever shot. We got him a typhoid medicine. I was like, you are not.
Yeah, you need your shots and your things like
you're a Salt
yeah.
Lake City native. You are not going to survive in the Amazon without these shots. Other
Yeah.
people will be fine. And I was like, don't drink the water. Like, and she just gets on a plane and goes right there. I was like, you know, though,
Yeah.
it bogs it down for her to have to go to the health clinic and get the shots. So
He
and a
only works
visa.
with cargo, not people.
Oh,
Is
that was
the problem.
that was funny. The Danny delivers. Danny always delivers.
Yeah.
And here she is, a person being like, deliver me to where I need to go. He's like, nah.
Yeah. Because this is evidently very remote, I guess, where these pink dolphins are.
Yeah, it is. My son was on a boat for a long time to get to them. So
I did connect with her and her overall uncomfortability with animals.
oh,
Like it
for
didn't
sure.
matter if it was
Bugs
a
or
lizard
snakes or
or
yeah.
it was a snake or was it like you would get the exact same reaction from me from all of those animals.
Very accurate. I would have been like
Yeah.
squealing, like
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
yeah. And I thought it was funny that she did the Titanic pose on the
that
that
was
was
kind of
funny.
cute. She's like,
And
I need to do it.
I thought they made that whole sequence in the rough water. That looked really good.
I got African Queen vibes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean for Hallmark, usually those kinds of scenes look terrible.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, I mean, that looked really good.
Yeah, I read that they really were working to be believable, even in the filming, that they would pay attention to the position of the sun and where did we film and this and the sequences tomorrow. So I appreciated all the research and all that work they put into making it look like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you compare it to some of their other travel movies with some of the green screen that they've done, some other things, this movie looked pretty good. It really did. For I think for a Hallmark movie. She says, this is the most alive I've ever felt after the rough water. I was surprised that she didn't lose her lunch because
that's a little boat. Yeah,
definitely.
Oh yeah. But then like her suitcase full of books. I'm like,
that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
When she literally has a pretty large phone that you could easily read from.
Yeah.
You know?
And she said she wanted to bring books to her sister, but I'm like, her sister needs to travel light and get her a Kindle. Load it with books. Give her a Kindle. So.
But they of course had to put in that she brought a satellite with her.
Yeah.
So that they could.
Which
you had a nice little name drop for DocuSign.
Yeah, that's
product
true.
placement in this.
Like, is this just fitting in her purse? And then why didn't her sister have one of those anyway that she could have done? Like if you're out, I don't know.
I did think it was pretty funny that she thought that plantain was a banana. That was, I thought, pretty believable.
I have said this before. I hate being hungry, and I felt hungry for her.
Yeah, I did too.
Like, give her some real food.
Well, I mean, because plantains, you can't eat them raw.
No.
So,
and I'm like, that's all she gets. Oh.
And you would definitely need more than a banana.
Yes. Yeah, give her some good feijoada, the black beans and rice dish. That's so good in Brazil.
Yeah.
You know?
I liked when he said, well, you know what GPS means here? Getting people stranded. That was a pretty good line. They play soccer with the youth, and then it starts raining.
Which it does there.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so they find his dad's and or no, she starts cleaning up the area where she's staying, and she finds his dad's stereo there, his radio,
Oh yeah.
and they want to eat their meals together.
Yeah. Well, but then he like doesn't like that because I guess somebody
Yeah.
has to drive the boat.
She's just trying to be part of the crew.
The crew, the
So
grumpy crew with our gal,
yeah, no
who I think,
Inglés.
and with her knife like slicing
Uh,
stuff and being like, no English. Oh, wow.
that they have a handhold though at this point, which was very cute.
I'm trying to force it.
And
Just kidding.
and then she's part of the crew now, so she should be able to eat with
Yeah,
everybody, is what they
she
say.
learned boat stuff super fast.
Yeah,
Knots
she did.
and steering.
Yeah. And then they arrive, and so then it's the hiking part, hiking through the jungle, and the commander says, the boat says, there's always space for you on my boat.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
But then she has like 5 books for her sister. Like even one I could understand, but it's absurd.
That was such a wait, what? And so she packs all this stuff, leaves it on the boat, and then goes out to try to find her sister, but keeps
Yeah.
telling him, when I'm there, I'll stay with her. So see you
Like,
later.
I would think that she would want probably to get some provisions. I mean, I'm sure wherever they are, like
It's rural.
like bring her some medicine, bring her some
Bottled water.
Food, water, things like that. Like
Yeah.
more than books.
Absolutely. And that many. So
Yeah.
I don't know though. She was happy to give the kids a book and everything, but it was in English, not Portuguese, or their native. There's some different tribal languages in the Amazon as well.
Right. Well, he overhears her talking with the sister and saying that that we're different from different worlds.
Oh yeah, the classic overhearing misunderstanding.
Yeah, I can't stay.
But I wasn't believing it at that point that either of them would want to stay.
She says that in a different life we could be together, but not in this life.
I'm kind of grumpy about it. Other movies, I have believed it after week. I'm like, oh, they should stay together. This one, I'm like, you don't really know each other that well.
Yeah, I don't think this is for the long haul, this couple here, but I don't want to say goodbye. I'm not good at this. And then he gives her this tape that they had.
The cassette tape.
Cassette tape, yeah. And home is where you make it, not where your job is.
I guess so. I mean,
and then she uploads all the docs, like DocuSign, amazing. And these days you can be anywhere you want to be.
Work remotely from the Amazon.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And then there's a giant snake, and she goes after him. I'm writing my own ending.
At that part, I just was kind of like, what is happening? She's like inching by this snake, and I'm like, just walk down like 100 yards and make a big wider berth. But because I don't do snakes.
No, I give this one a 3. I didn't think it was unwatchable, because I do think the script was actually pretty good, and I think it was pretty well made, but I do agree their chemistry just wasn't sizzling like I was hoping.
It was unfortunate. I loved the Portuguese, loved the scenery of Brazil, but I think I'm at a 2. I don't think I'll watch it again. So
yeah. All right. So the last one is Missing the Boat, and it's strangers Kelly and Parker both end up on the same Italian cruise. But after missing the boat during a stop, they're forced to team up and race across southern Italy to catch up. And this is director McLean Nelson, writer, it's the Berg sisters, Judith and Sandra Berg, and McLean Nelson. Stars Emilia Ullerup and Christopher Palaha. And this movie managed to be very businessy and not be boring, which is very impressive, because it was genuinely very funny.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah.
I had a great time with this.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, these two are just they do comedy really, really well.
Yeah.
But also like seriousness in those moments and looking out for each other, into each other. Loved all of that.
Yes, and the supporting
Yeah.
characters were really good. His sister was really good. The relationship with
Yeah.
Adam was really good. So it just
Yeah.
kept things going, kept
Yeah.
things moving.
I was a little irritated. Adam just seemed like a little too much of like this playboy millionaire where I'm like, are you serious about your company? But
Yeah.
it all worked out and
But I think he was a good match for his sister
yeah.
because
Yeah.
for Laha's sister
Yeah.
because that
She
she was she took no
kind of fun that he brought his sister on a cruise. I'm like, would one of my brothers do that? Probably not. I mean, they're all married, but like this idea of spending some time with your sibling that you love. Sometimes they make these folks only children in these movies,
Yeah, you're
and I
right.
love
That's
seeing
true.
a good sibling relationship.
But I love it in Hallmark movies when there's multiple relationships, not just the one. There's a
Mhm.
B relationship, but that's
Yeah,
always fun.
yeah.
And that was good here. And I'm thinking my brothers, maybe my younger brother, maybe. I mean, he's engaged, going to get married this year. So he has plenty of other people to take, but I might be on the short list, maybe.
Yeah, there you
With
go.
my
Yeah.
brother, maybe.
It'd be kind of fun. I have a good time with my brothers. We'd
I
laugh.
do have a good
I'd give him
time.
a hard, yeah, you could give him a hard time. I probably would boss him around about his business and his, his company. I'd
Yeah.
be like, you're not, yeah. So that was really believable for me.
I would be maybe further up the list on my two of my sisters, for I think would have me pretty high.
There you go. I
But
better. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Same.
But it's partly because they just know how much I love the ocean. So hopefully I would
Mm.
be pretty high. But
It should be.
yeah, there was a nice element. And he's kind of a little bit manic, a little bit, but not too bad. He wasn't that much of a nerd, but he's like checking out the lifeboats, which was funny at the beginning.
Like climbing up in. And I've been
Yeah,
on multiple cruises and I don't know if the crew would let you do that, but
yeah,
that was pretty funny.
probably
Maybe
not.
it's because the company owned the cruise line that he could
Isn't
do
that the
that.
whole point of the mustard
Yeah.
thing?
Well, the last one I've been to,
To
they
get
just
a
kind of
look
have
at
you go,
the lifeboats and to find out the
no,
safety and how you evacuate and stuff like
not
that.
on not on Norwegian or Royal Caribbean that I've been on. They just kind
Oh,
of said, you're going to gather here if need to, and then we'll take you out to the lifeboat. And they never showed
oh,
us any.
okay.
No.
I didn't know that.
Maybe on this trend.
I've done two cruises in my life and it was a long time ago, so I couldn't
Yeah.
remember. But yeah, I did Carnival. That was for my 30th birthday. I did a single, it was like an LDS singles cruise thing. And I did that just because I wanted to travel alone and just see if I could
Mm.
do it and feel comfortable at the time, which I did, and it was fun. And then I did a Royal Caribbean just 3-day weekend cruise with my family for a little family reunion thing that we did.
Oh,
That
fun.
would be before that. That would have been like 27, 26, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
a
they
while
showed
ago.
us. Yeah,
Because
but
I'm
no,
45 now, so it would have been almost 20 years ago.
yeah, no, there
Uh,
was no getting up in, but I love that he's really checking everything.
yeah. But he wasn't too much of a nerd. He was like a good in between, kind of a thing.
Yeah. He's
Uh,
director of operations and strategy. He wants to know things.
yeah. But they didn't get lost in business like they could have
Yeah, there's a
easily
good
with this
balance
movie.
there.
It was just like the tool to tell the story. So I'm curious. So he hasn't seen Godfather. She hasn't seen Star Wars. Do you have a movie like that people are like, what? You haven't seen it?
Oh, let me think about this. Man, no, I would have had the same reaction about Star Wars. You haven't seen Star Wars? No, I wouldn't have had it that much with Godfather because I'm like, well, yeah, you can get some references, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. But maybe that's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion. I'm thinking there were some, okay, growing up in the 80s, because I'm 46.
Mhm.
My parents, they didn't like we watched a lot of older black and white movies instead of the current movies. I got to college and had never really seen things like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Back to the Future, Goonies, all those like classic movies, Pretty in Pink, that people had grown
Yeah.
up my age watching, and they were like, "What? We need to show you. We need to show you 16 Candles." And then I'd watch them. I'm like, these aren't that good. So I think you had to like grow up with them.
Yeah. There are some movies like that I have found that to be the case with a lot of the comedies of the 80s. So I have this blind spot project where every month I watch a blind spot of mine. And the last 2 years I've been doing it as a podcast with my friend Mondo, which has been so fun. But for the most part, most of the comedies from the 80s, I just have not been that big a fan of. Beverly Hills Cop, the first National Lampoons, I wasn't a big fan of. I didn't like Slapshot that much. I didn't like, just a lot of those just didn't work for me, didn't make me laugh. They weren't for me. So that would be the ones that kind of didn't hold up. I mean, I don't have a ton. Most of the big, like, iconic blind spots I've now watched. Where I still have some probably is more in the horror space. I still, more. I've gotten a lot of them in the last few years. I've checked a lot of those off, but I still have. There's a bunch of Tarantino films I haven't seen. There's some Scorsese I haven't seen. Things like that. That amongst like the film people, like you haven't seen Inglourious Bastards. You haven't seen. That's kind of shocking for
but like
for
at
some
a regular
people,
dinner party with people, they'd be like, you're right. Film people would.
Most of the major popular kind of films, I feel like most of them I've seen at this point, but
I would say you have, for sure. Oh, of course.
But it's an interesting thing, and especially when it's something as iconic as Star Wars, then that does become kind of almost a part of your personality of like, oh, I haven't seen. The fact you haven't seen it has become kind of
a thing, and to this point, it's too late. It's the thing I'm going to stick with.
Yeah. So anyway, they have this donkey ride, and she says, "Are we on a Looney Tune episode?" That was funny. That was good. But then they lose the donkeys. Terrible.
Yep. They run away.
He can't do a knot, evidently.
No, he couldn't time. And them running after the donkeys. I don't know why this tickled my funny bone so much.
It was very funny.
Laughing at them like, we can do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
And then when he hurts his back, and I tell you, this was so relatable.
Yeah,
I'm in physical therapy for my back, and he did every exercise I'm doing. Like, it was correct. His exercises were correct. I'm like, this man has probably had this before. He's a tall guy. He's probably had back problems. Or the writer director, like, here's how you do it. You know?
I've been feeling it a little bit because those theaters at Sundance are very uncomfortable.
No.
They're rough, and your back. I mean, I went to 17 movies in person, and I'm still feeling it. It can be rough, but they missed the boat, hence the name of the movie, and then it becomes kind of this funny screwball movie about all the different forms of transportation and all the different shenanigans that happen.
Right. They did almost
the boat.
They did almost every form of transportation to get back, except the plane, because she didn't get on the plane.
Yeah.
But speaking of movie references, did you notice they did a few hat tips to other movies? When they're getting on that scooter, he's got the glasses and the thing, and he goes, "I look dumb," and she goes, "If you look dumb, I look dumber." It was a Dumb and Dumber reference when they're on the. I was like, clever, very clever. I see what you did there.
Yeah. When they are trying to rent a car, that was very funny. That made me laugh. That guy was very funny.
There's a girl on Instagram who has an Italian mother and an Italian father and a German mother. I don't know if you've ever seen her, and she's a comedian. She did a skit once where she was pretending to be like an Italian customer service rep who just doesn't care. Yeah. And it reminded me so much of this guy. Like, no, you should have done a reservation. They're like, but we called. What about a card? No. Oh, look, there's an opening. Oh, you took too long to find. Too late. The opening's gone. It seems so spot on for these skits I've seen.
So they're on a train, and then the train has to stop. She makes this big speech at the train station. They find a translator who helps them, and they get all cozy, and then they're back on a train, and they get all sweet and cozy, which is nice.
Cute.
Yeah.
And we need those kinds of things to really speed up their time frame and get them closer together faster. Otherwise, the kiss doesn't make sense. Like, we need them to have these moments of closeness for sure.
So then he name drops Adam's name at this hotel. I know the owner, whatever. He gets in. Then he's talking to Adam, and he tells Adam that she's from the other merger company looking into this ship. And he says, "Oh, change of plans. The new goal is we're going to stall her as long as you can." And he basically kind of agrees to go on with this. And he says, "Oh, I'm just soaking in the moment." And then she says, "If I didn't know any better, I think you're keeping me off the ship."
Yeah. And then later on, he says, "I didn't do that," but it sure kind of looked like it in that dinner.
He was definitely considering it.
Yeah. Super
at first, and then
sketchy.
he stops.
Yeah.
He evidently he was married for 10 years, but he was too obsessed with work. And then he can't find his passport. They've overslept. It's a problem.
More chaos ensues. Yeah.
And she actually, so she goes in the car. She could have gone, but then she comes back and says, "We started this together. We want to finish this together." And she kisses him.
Yeah.
At that point, I think is when he was like, "Okay, I have to stop this."
Absolutely. I think he's like, "Wow, I like this girl."
I mean, I guess when he put her in the car too.
Oh, yeah. He was like, "You go ahead." Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But then she comes back and our boy is smitten.
Yes, he is.
Likes her.
And then they get on this boat and the boat captain makes them work to take them.
That was funny. He's like, "That's not how you coil rope." And he's like, "Come on, just take me there."
So then you have his sister basically standing up to Adam and saying, "My brother's a good guy. I'm not taking him down."
Mm-hmm.
And so Adam realizes to do the right thing. And they throw those coins into the ocean.
Yeah.
Which seemed like that would be hard for me because I'd be like, I'm just wasting
2-year-old coin. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 year. It seems like a lot.
Maybe just a penny.
Just a penny.
Is it more likely to have your wish come true the more money there is? You think
I don't know what the lore is on wishes.
Yeah. Like the Trevi Fountain, I understand, because maybe if that goes to charity, you could scoop out the coin.
Oh, yeah.
Help orphans. But like in the ocean, it's
ocean.
Bye.
Yeah, it's over.
Bye, 4 euros.
Then they ride the Vespa to the ship. They get some gelato. They make it back on the boat. And then she gets fired.
Yes. I was not expecting that. I did not expect that. It seemed like it was an honest thing that like it was a complete series of disasters outside of her control, and her boss to be like, "We got somebody else to do it. You're fired." Like not just from this assignment, but from her
fired
job
completely. Yeah. And then she's mad at him. She says, "You were trying to delay me."
Mm-hmm.
And then we get basically his sister standing up to Adam, and then Adam says, "You are brutally honest, and I love it."
Yeah. Does it seem like Adam's going to hire the sister? Because then can she be honest?
I think that they're going to get married, and also she's going to be hired. Both.
There you go. She's going to turn things all around. She's going to be the co-CEO, the Mrs.
Yeah, I think so. And but the thing, I guess, on one hand, it feels unrealistic how quickly she came around and forgave him. But on the other hand, I liked it because that kind of conflict isn't my favorite. Mm-hmm. So the fact that she was like, "You know what? Okay, fine." And she comes back. She's forgiven him. She's got this, is it projections, spreadsheets or projections, or how about pizza instead?
Yeah.
Work-life balance. We forget to take time with the ones we love.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that work-life balance. I don't think anybody actually has work-life balance.
No, they don't.
No, if you do, then you are incredibly lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody out there tell us if it's happened for you. What are your tips and tricks?
I definitely don't. But then like the life side of me is very minimal. So it wouldn't make sense to have balance. I mean, and I always joke that if I have something that's not part of my job, I usually find a way to make it part of my job.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've done with the theater, I've done with,
Yeah. Then you are kind of having that balance because it is part of your life and part of your work. Yeah.
Because I don't have any kids. I don't have any, I mean, really, aside from like some substitute teaching, I just don't have that much life so there is no balance. Church, I guess, but
Yeah.
it's very minimal. So anyway, but that's always the goal, but I think it's one that almost nobody meets.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
just
know.
don't. I mean, part of it is just you're at work so much of the day.
I know. You're just going to be felt like you're pulled in so many different places, and
Yeah.
people like to talk about like juggling spinning plates in the air or whatever, not letting any of them drop. But I got some good advice once from someone who was like, it's okay to put a plate down and be like, I just need
Yeah.
this spinning plate to be here for a minute and just rest. I
Yeah.
don't need to keep it spinning if I need to work on these other plates. So,
I was very lucky growing up because my dad worked from home. And when I was in like my middle school, high school years, my dad was he set up computer labs to teach English. That was his, so we would go from campus to campus to campus to campus
mm,
and doing different presentations. And and so he was always there even if he was working. So I think that's like the best situation. I'm sure it was challenging for him in many ways. And
yeah.
he would get so irritated that we would, particularly his scissors. We would always be taking his scissors. Like, where are my scissors and stapler and stuff like that. But he was always there, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom, so that was very fortunate. But I was lucky to be able to have a lot of my parents.
hmm
Basically whenever I needed my parents, both of them were almost always available. So that was
mm.
very fortunate. But I think that's about as good as you're going to get these days.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I remember 20 or maybe it was 18 years ago when my second was born, I tried to present to my employer at the time a way for me to work from home. And they were like, no, how could we know that you were working if you're working from home? What? No, you have to be here in the office. Now my
Yeah.
employer has this beautiful balance where they're like, do what you need to in your hours. Hey, if you're at home and you need to work at 7 at night or 7 in the morning, I don't care.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You figure it out. And I've loved that. I
You
have
can be
noticed
grateful for
though,
COVID, I guess, at least for that.
yeah, it taught some of
A
that.
lot
I
of,
have noticed though that I probably am not logging a lot of work that I do because it's like I'm always online. I feel like I'm always connected through my phone
yeah.
to we use Slack, but then also Teams. It's like as soon as I get a message or I just answer back, and maybe I should be checked out at that point, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's a challenge, but we all just try to do the best that we can.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
they're going to hire her, and it's going to be great. And yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
how do I
switched.
feel about being if I'm be your boss, and
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
like that. And
What did she say? Did I write that down? I thought that was kind of cute. I did write down. I love another part where they did a They Might Be Giants reference, something about Istanbul and Constantinople. And she goes, that's nobody's business but the Turks. I did write that down. But that was cute about the boss. And what did she say? I can't remember. Is that right before they kissed
Yeah, the
again?
Bergs did a very good job with this script.
Yeah.
I think this is one of their better ones. That they are very good. Like, I really loved The Wedding Cottage.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I didn't know they did that.
I really love The Wedding Cottage. I love Dash of Love. That one's really good.
That's cute.
But this is one of their best for sure.
I had so much fun.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, these two. I've always been a Christopher Polaha
Mhm.
fan. I think there's a fair number of Polaha fans out there that are pretty vocal, but
Yes,
you get it,
yes.
when you watch these
He's
kinds
great.
of, yeah. And
He's
she's
great.
good.
Emilia's great. It was just a fun time. It was
Mhm,
funny. It was, if you enjoy screwball comedies,
mhm.
then I think that you'll have a good time with this. And this is one I do think that could be a decent gateway to.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree
most
too.
people, if I showed them this, they'd be like, that was fun. That was cute.
Yeah, they'll hopefully laugh at all the right
Yeah.
places and root for this couple and
Yeah.
the second couple. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. So
Yeah.
there we go. So I would give this one also a 4.
Yeah. I'm at 4 as well.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies.
The Way to You. And this stars Kim Matula and Aaron O'Connell. And it's a subway blackout sends two New Yorkers searching for their missed connections.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think I said I saw a trailer for that one, but it looks like he missed somebody, but then he teams up with somebody else to find the woman. Is that what it's looking like?
yeah. Let me see if it
could be
says
interesting.
let me see here. Let me see. Okay. No, it does not have the writers. I thought it might have the writer director on IMDb. It doesn't. New Yorkers Emma and Conrad agree to help each other find their missed connections after a subway blackout. Their search might lead to love, but not where either of them expects to find it. Yeah. I mean, this kind of, I haven't seen it yet, but the big new exciting musical on Broadway is Two Strangers Carry a Cake in New York City. And it sounds like that has a somewhat similar premise, which is fun. I mean, Aaron O'Connell is definitely one of the most handsome men in the Hallmark stable of actors. He is very, very handsome. And Kim Matula, I mean, she's gorgeous as well. And I would imagine that the two of them will have good chemistry. They're both really tall.
You're like me when I try to set people up with each other. I'm like, you're single, I'm single. What's not to like? You're tall, you're tall. Let's do it.
Yeah. So
it could be good.
Yes. I wonder if it's actually filmed in New York though. Or if it's in Toronto, pretending to be New York.
Sometimes even Salt Lake City has filled in.
Sometimes, I've seen that. It says country of origin Canada, but that doesn't mean necessarily where it's filmed. If it is filmed in if it is filmed in New York, that would be really fun. That would make it better.
Yeah.
But I would give just my excitement level. I would give probably a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That was the one I saw all of them in a row together, and that one looks intriguing. Maybe 3. Yeah, for me.
Mm-hmm. So then we have Because of Cupid, and this stars Amy Groening and Evan Roderick. And it's let's see here, director Liz Farrer and writers here we go. And writers Amy Mayerson and Kevin Duda. And it's follows Naomi and Marcus, best friends and bartenders in Buffalo, New York, who enter a Valentine's Day mocktail contest to kickstart their dream business. After unknowingly adding a real love potion to their mocktail, they win the competition but spark chaos when judges and Marcus fall under its spell. As media attention grows, they race to find an antidote, questioning whether their own feelings are real. Ultimately, they discover their love is genuine, secure a career-making deal, and realize that the true magic was between them all along. What is going on? Who made this? Who made this? And who in Buffalo is having a mocktail competition? I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, I'm not really into the mocktail thing. I'm getting some Harry Potter vibes with poor Ron Weasley, but and the love potion. But Evan Roderick, I don't know. He's had he's very good, so dreamy, such a good year. I've liked everything. And
I love Amy Groening too. She's really cute. She was the Lord of the Rings girl in Santa Summit.
Oh yes,
remember? She's really cute. She's really good.
Oh, see, and the scene that I've seen a few times now because it's super cute is when he's leaning like, "How long have you been in love with her?" And he's like, "Since I first met her," or whatever. Like I'm like, love that. This is cute. This looks cute.
The trailer is really good, and they look like they have amazing chemistry. I actually think this is gonna. I like that it's a little bonkers. That's a little crazy. I think it's gonna be. Very good.
High hopes for this one.
High hopes. Yeah. So as far as anticipation, I'm going to give this like my like 4. I'll give it like 4.5.
Ooh.
Yeah. Really high. I think it's going to be fun.
I know he's so cute and she's so cute. I'll do
Yeah.
maybe 4 because the love potion thing, I'm a little bit nervous.
It's going to be
But I bet it'll be fun.
interesting. Yeah. It reminds me of that movie with Jimmy Stewart. What's it called? It's I can't think of the name, with the witches.
Wait, maybe I haven't seen this one.
Bell, Book, and Candle.
Oh, I've not
Bell,
seen that.
Book, and Candle. Yeah. So there's this
Kim Novak.
Yeah, she plays a witch and she has a love potion and she ends up giving it to Jimmy Stewart's character, who's kind of a curmudgeon.
Okay.
And it's fun because this was the same year that they both also starred in Vertigo, which is like
wow.
totally opposite, kind of movie,
Yes.
which is interesting. And it's a fun movie. It's got Jack Lemmon in it. He plays like one of the older witches.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fun. And Bell, Book, and Candle.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of that. There's a love potion there. And
Okay.
she's a little bit sure, is like, is he really in love with me, or is he just saying this because of the potion?
Oh, kind of like Bewitched a little bit, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, good.
And
okay. Now you told me that, I'm feeling yeah.
So then the next one, it's called The Stars Between Us. And this is writer Tim Huddleston, and it stars Sarah Drew and Matt Long. 7 years ago, Kim made a connection with a stranger during an eclipse event. Now a fledgling news reporter, Kim returns to Illinois for this year's eclipse, unaware that their paths may cross again. So do you think you're going to be tough on this because it's about a fledgling news reporter?
Yeah, there you go. I might be like, you better make this accurate. I have to not let there's a book I read about a couple that met during an eclipse and it turned dark, and that book was kind of awful. So I have higher hopes for this. And I do love Sarah Drew. The Mistletoe Murders, I thought, were so good. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've seen Matt Long in anything. Have I?
He has done a couple, but it's been a bit, I think. He did, let me see here. He did Christmas Joy, the Cookie Crawl one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a favorite of our. I guess that's the last one he did. He did that one. That's a favorite of our friend Lisa Lucas. She loves that one.
They can be cute together. Okay.
Yeah. But this is I think a moral failing on my part, because I am completely unmoved by constellations.
Oh, really?
Like, people get so excited and I'm happy for them, but it just doesn't, like,
it's not your thing. Yeah.
When people are like, oh my gosh, we got to see the eclipse. We got to, like, I don't know. Yeah. It just, I'm like, okay, there we go. It's kind of, people are like, oh, look at the stars. And I'm like,
you're a good skeptic, because people went so crazy over the eclipse a few years ago and all these things. And you're like, all right. Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like there's some once in a lifetime lunar event
all the time?
Last night, seems like every year there's something like this is only going to happen, once every...
the super blood moon, the lunar eclipse moon of all moons. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm dead inside, because I just am not moved by lunar events. It does not excite me.
Yeah. If
there's anybody else listening who's on my team, I would like to, we can talk, we can connect.
Well, and part of me is like, I know I'll see great video and photos of it. I don't need to stay up late and go see it out.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. but I don't. This sounds perfectly fine. It sounds nice. I think the leads will have nice chemistry. It'll be decent. I would give it a 3 as far as anticipation.
Yeah, me too. I think a 3 is a perfect landing spot, because it depends on how well they do. But yeah, the interesting other parts of it, we'll just wait and see.
Yeah. So then we have Romance at Hope Ranch. And this is Hope Morgan sets out to begin a new chapter of her life, fulfilling This is Hope Morgan sets out to begin a new chapter of her life, fulfilling her childhood dream of running a ranch in the picturesque town of Ruidoso, New Mexico, and reviving the beloved Giddy Up Gala.
Is it a party planning movie?
It sounds like it's a little bit of everything. So this stars Gabriel Hogan and Allison Sweeney, which I'm very excited about because I enjoy both of them. But we get our Murder She Baked reunion with Norman and Hannah. And if you've been listening to when we have done a recap of the Hannah Swenson mysteries, I've said, why isn't she with Norman? Why? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Like once what's his name left, then she had another option. Why do you have to introduce this Victor Webster character? It was completely unnecessary. Making him an attorney makes no sense, a prosecutor. And so why don't you just have her be with Norman? She can't be with the dentist? I don't understand.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Yeah. And so here, now they can prove me right that they do have good chemistry, that they should be together in Hannah Swenson. This is my greatest hope for this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if see, the thing is though, is if it falls flat and they don't have chemistry, then they're going to prove me right, and Victor Webster's hiring will be valid.
So a lot is riding on this.
Yeah, a lot is riding on this. But the plot, it's fine. It'll be fine. It sounds very, pretty generic, but it could be fun.
It could be. I mean, when I saw the whole month preview on TV together, kind of just a quick, like all throughout February kind of thing, my husband was half watching and he looks up, he's like, oh, a cowboy, will this be, he was kind of intrigued because he's a city boy, but he secretly loves like small town ranches in America and down home, all that stuff. So he's like, there's a scene where the guy, like he scoops in Allison Sweeney and something about, and she's like, kiss me cowboy or something. And my husband was like, you might like that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. We'll find out.
I mean, I like a good cowboy movie for sure, but it just sounds very generic. The plot and getting ready for this party and whatever.
Gala. Yeah. I don't know.
But I am very curious about this chemistry. So prove me right, Gabriel and Allison. Let's get this done.
Yep.
Because we don't need Victor Webster on that show.
You are so funny.
We don't. It's true. So there we go. That is everything. I would give this one, honestly, I would give it like a 2.
Yeah.
As far as excitement.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put it at 3. I don't know. I'm feeling very generous today because January was so much fun. February, bring it.
Well,
February.
Let us know what you think about the recap and also the preview portion of this episode. I know this is a long set. So if you listen to the whole thing, I want you to put in your comment #MR recap preview. Then we'll know, if you put that in there, we'll know that you listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that will be fun. Well, we sure appreciate anybody who does listen, especially for a long one like this. But congrats to Hallmark on a really good January. We'll look forward to February. And thank you so much, Mary, especially such a long one, for taking so much time out of your day. I really, really appreciate it. And if people want to follow you, how do they do that?
Yeah. You can see me try to post about my work-life balance. I'm on Twitter, X, @_Mary Richards. On Instagram, Mary Richards Reports, and Facebook is Reporter Mary Richards.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews all over the place. And make sure you're following the podcast, Hallmarkies Podcast, all over the place. If you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. We really appreciate that. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We're pretty close to 11K subscribers, and that would be really fun to cross that threshold. So please subscribe. And if you could check out our Patreon, we would sure appreciate that. That's the biggest way you can support everything we're doing. And you're going to be part of cool experiences. Like we're going to have Nina Wyman on this month for our VIP guest. And that's going to be super fun, writer Nina Wyman. And we have our merch store where we have tons of Valentine merch. So definitely check that out, and other cool designs. So thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.